Was 15, probably weighed 130 pounds maybe, on a 400cc two-stroke. I don't think mom and dad knew what that was. The G-force just taking off, I would lose my sense of reality. It was like a rocket. And he laughed out loud, slapped my hand, said, "Get your prize, dude. You won that. You deserve that."
Right?
I'll go watch that guy. He's fixing to move over, and then he'll move over. "How'd you know that?" "Well, I was reading his body English, basically."
Yeah.
Mike Siler started riding 1971-ish, and I'm from Lubbock, Texas.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Bike and Rider. I'm here with my good friend Mike Siler, and we're gonna sit down, talk about where he's been, how he got into bikes, where he's at now, and all the good stuff in life. So thanks for coming along, and I hope you enjoy this interview. Do you remember what rally it was where we first met? I know we've been to Rib Fest together. Oh, I remember. It was Land Between the Lakes in the fall ride. That
Right.
From
Jerry Wayne
Rider
kind of put together or whatever.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
And you were one of two guys who was like, "Hey, I got a 792. Come on out." And you and another guy, I forget his name, both invited me out there, and I was like, "Awesome! People that actually want other people, like this will be nice."
Yeah.
And so that was really cool. That was cool. And then ended up seeing you at a couple of other rallies.
Either Rib Fest or March Moto Madness.
Both.
Both, yeah.
Yeah, so that was really cool. So I've got to talk to you a little bit and get to learn a little bit about you, but I want the full shebang today.
Uh-oh. We don't have that much time.
No? I was kind of worried about that when you mentioned time.
I started about 50 years ago or 55 years ago riding bikes, so.
So you got 55 years of stories.
Oh, God.
Well, lay it on us. Where'd you start?
Mini bike. Dad got us a mini bike. Me and my brother, he's 18 months older. All he wanted to do is hunt and fish and shoot his BB gun. So we got bikes, but I got to be their mind basically because he didn't care.
Yeah.
First good story was I was frustrated with this bike because I'd get it running and then I'd try to gas it and it'd try to quit. And I didn't know how to adjust a carburetor, or even what a carburetor was.
Right, yeah.
Just a little mini bike with a 5 horsepower Briggs probably. I don't remember. But I got sort of frustrated at that thing. So I reached around and got the back little bumper thing and picked it up, picked the back wheel up off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And my idea was to give it a little gas and get it going, and then drop that and grab the handlebars and go.
Yeah.
That didn't really go so well.
No.
Because I think I had it wound up quite a bit more than I realized. That rear tire was spinning about 20 miles an hour probably.
Yeah.
And between dropping it and grabbing this, I wasn't quick enough. And that thing flipped right up over on me.
Yeah.
So that was my first lesson on, that didn't go so well.
How old were
Try
you?
something new. Maybe 10.
Yeah, a lot of those lessons happen about that age.
How old are you in the third grade? 6, 7,
8.
8, 9? Yeah, 9 or 10.
Okay.
We had just moved out in the country. We lived in the city of Lubbock, Texas, on a city street. Moved out to the country. Got my first mini bike. That was my first good lesson.
Did you learn any other lessons on that bike?
I don't know on that one. Yeah. Suspension is everything because it had none.
Right. Yes.
So that was a good lesson. Like, boy, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we were poor. Dad's working every day, trying to make a living. You know, he probably got this mini bike for $100, or maybe somebody gave it to him. Probably.
Yeah. What do you know? What came of that mini bike?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It was right quick. I'm like, okay, we need suspension. We need a little more power. This thing is not working for me anymore, you know.
So did your brother ride it?
He may have some, but I don't remember. I have no stories of him riding it.
Yeah.
He just wasn't
interested, huh?
hunting and fishing. All he wanted to do.
I tried to get my daughter on a go-kart. Same. I mean, she wasn't picking hunting and fishing, but she's like outside and this, and she's like, and
Yeah,
bees.
it's hot and
She's
bugs
like,
and
forget that. Yeah.
yeah.
No, wasn't having it.
I've got a granddaughter that just turned 7, and she is loving these 4-wheelers.
Oh yeah.
They came out the other day. I got 3 grandsons and a granddaughter. Well, she's the youngest. She was the first one with her boots and helmet on at the door wanting to come ride 4-wheelers.
Man.
I'm like, way to go, baby.
Yep. You know which one you're going to be spending most of your time with.
The others are like, hey, y'all want to put your iPad down and go ride?
Yeah.
But they're just old enough to get into that, you know. But she's all about riding 4-wheelers. Just moved her up off a battery powered to a little 70 or 90 horse 4-wheeler gas.
Yeah.
And she did great on it.
Awesome.
So,
good. I hope that lights a good fire for some other motorsports in her life.
Heck yeah.
There's a lot of fun to be had there.
Yeah, she'll make somebody a good wife someday. Keep her in the right, bring her up right.
Yeah.
4-wheeling, hell yeah, sign me up.
Right. Guys are looking everywhere for those ladies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Dad come up with a 70. What are those 70 bikes? Was it a CL70? Had the long tube through the center that was the frame, but it was a kind of a thin.
Wasn't it like a oil?
Like a Trail 70, I think it was called.
Like the Honda Trail 125, right?
Yeah, but
it has a similar design.
Yeah, but this was a 70.
Okay.
Had the suspension, not much. I learned was not enough quite quickly, but it was much better. It idle ride. I could go on it. I didn't have to lift it up to get it spinning to go. But wasn't a matter of a very many jumps. You know, once you jump a little bit, you're like, hey, I could jump further. Or I could jump a little longer, I bet.
Yeah.
And I got the jump a little too high and come down, and that thing kind of went.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I think I was rough on motorcycles. I always wanted one to do a little more than what it was designed for.
Yeah.
But it was such an improvement over the mini bike because it had 3 or 4 inches of travel.
So did you, were you asking for that, or did your dad just kind of like, hey guys, look what I got? How did that come about?
Knowing us, I'm sure I was like, Dad, this thing is so rough to ride. We need something with some suspension.
Yeah.
I'm sure I planted that seed, and then one day he come across one, that he could afford.
Did you tell him you flipped the other one?
Oh yeah, he knew that story. I probably couldn't hide the scars.
Right. That's what I was thinking. What happened to you, boy? Oh,
well,
I tripped. You didn't trip, boy. What happened?
All right. Here's the real story.
Yeah.
But that was fun. Those are fun years to think back about that stuff when you hadn't thought about it for years,
Yeah. So you were what, 10, 12, somewhere in that age? You got this 70. Did you ride some other bikes in your youth?
Oh yeah. After we bent that, after I bent it, trying to be a full-on motocross bike.
You pull that engine and put it in the little...
No, I don't think Dad realized for sure what was what. He wasn't a motorcycle. He was a street bike guy.
Okay.
He never rode dirt, best I remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, that next Christmas, I remember we met out at my aunt and uncle's farm in Idalou, Texas. Idalou. Right up 20 minutes out of Lubbock.
Okay.
Anyway, and he had found, and he must have worked all year on this, but he had found 2 identical CB100. I think they were 71 or 2 models.
Mm-hmm.
Practically new. Had them cleaned up, fixed, whatever needed. But they had the blinkers. They were little CB100. They were street bikes.
Yeah. Blinkers.
And we tore those things all to heck. I'm sure he was very disappointed in us because we were in the dirt. We weren't street legal. We had no driver's license.
Yeah. But
he bought those for us to ride in the street. Of course, then Joe started riding a little bit, my brother.
Okay. Oh.
And he didn't get into it like I did.
Okay.
So I probably tore up one, then got the other one, tore it up,
Yeah.
knowing me.
Yeah.
But that was a special Christmas because we realized, put it together, even as kids, how much time he must have spent trying to find two identical bikes for his boys.
Yeah.
You know, that's a cool memory I got about.
It was the Christmas. It was the
It was
kind of realizing,
and it was showing the love that we didn't know.
That's it.
We knew, you know, they cared about us, him and Mom. We knew that, but seeing the effort that he must have went through kind of brought it to a new level. You know, I guess a way to say it.
How old were you when you realized that? Was that when you were a kid?
Oh yeah,
because that's like a kind of a bigger concept.
That's
to
a
kind
thought.
of wrap your mind around.
Knowing Mom, she probably planted that seed. Do you know have any idea how long your dad spent?
Yes. Yep.
Getting these, looking for these.
Well, good. Your mom cared too.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I can't remember in detail, but feel sure she was probably going, you know, boys, you know how long it took him to make this work?
Yeah.
You know, how many hours of looking and hunting and fixing and repairing?
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, yeah, I guess you're right.
How did it feel getting on that?
Oh, that was amazing until I realized street tires don't work in the dirt.
Oh, it had street tires on it?
Oh, yeah, CB100. It was a dang street bike. Like a beginner for a 16-year-old. Here we are, 10 and 12.
Yeah.
It's a wonder my mom
I've
lived
done similar
past all
things.
that. God.
And you rode that in the dirt?
Until we tore them up, yeah.
Man, that's a good lesson.
We couldn't ride it in the street. We had no license.
You sure learn a little bit more skill there.
I think Dad goes, "Ooh, yeah, that should have been a dirt bike."
Yeah.
He was just looking for two that matched for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he found one, and then he found another, and he's like, "Well, these will work."
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't ideal, thinking back on it, but at the time we were in hog heaven. We're like, oh my God, Christmas, brand new bikes.
Yes.
They weren't brand new, but they were pretty
new to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did it last till you were 16?
No.
Okay.
16 minutes or 16 days.
Yeah.
Oh.
You squeezed all the juice out of that one real quick.
Oh.
Come here.
That was fun. I finally got my brother into realizing jumping is fun, you know, and I probably had to talk him into it, you know.
You couldn't talk me into that today.
Jumping,
man. That is something I have never been on board with. And my wife, she loves motocross, right? And she just shows me these videos just to watch me like choke. You know, guys flipping their bikes and 50, 60 feet in the air. And I'm like,
I can't do that either. I mean, we were setting up board jumps that might have been the high point, maybe a foot off the ground.
Okay.
And then run at it. It's a long run. We was probably 2x6 or 2x12s or whatever Dad had we found to make jumps out of.
Yeah.
You know, we were jumping maybe 20 or 30 feet long, but maybe not over 2 foot in the air.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't do that motocross either.
Okay. So, but your brother got on board with that.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, we can fly a little bit. And that's
out in Lubbock, Texas, it's all flat. But on every edge of the road, they got what we called a bar ditch. So you could get a little lift right there, too, you know, if you hit it just right.
That brings to mind a story from my childhood, man.
Oh, yeah.
I rode the snot out of some bicycles. I pushed their limits. I mean, snap chains and wore teeth off sprockets, bearing. I mean, I really rode the dirt. I rode them hard. And it was one ditch. It was perfect. Because I'm from Houston, right? I'm familiar with the flat. So I use the ditch as like the speed ramp. And then right where it comes up to the culvert, you had like a nice.
Oh, yeah. Get some lift.
And of course, I was only like 12. But I felt like I was 6 feet in the air when I came out of that ditch.
Oh, yeah.
And I landed and blew out both of my tires. Had never done that.
You might have been 6 foot.
Yeah, right.
It's a wonder it didn't blow out both of your knees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you had no suspension on that bike back then.
No, just the tires. Yeah. And I had a nice landing. It was right. And I heard it and I felt it. And I was like, that ain't right. and it's the highest I ever got, motorcycle or bicycle.
Never jumped again.
Nope.
God, the things we lived through.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I gotta refrain from sharing my stories too much.
That was good though.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, did you ride later in your teens?
Oh yeah. Yeah, me and after I said earlier, we moved out in the country in the 3rd grade. Met a really cool buddy, still probably one of my best buddies to this day.
That's great.
You got any of those guys in your life?
Not from my childhood.
From the 8th grade on, James Gallagher, Lubbock, Texas. Hey, James. I talked him into getting a 3-wheeler first. That was the big deal back then.
Yeah.
And we both found a 110 Honda, not big red, but that red 110s,
yeah.
flotation tires, the dangerous ones.
Yeah.
We could ride them on 2 wheels on this side or 2 wheels in the back. Well, I've got a really cool picture of me and him riding side by side doing a wheelie. I got him trained on doing wheelies. He was scared of it, but I kept talking him through it. He was a heavy set dude. But he was so cool. But we did that. And then his brother and his brother-in-law, he's got older sisters. He decided we'd get motorcycles and he'd take us camping and we'd ride.
Yeah. And
the first real dirt bike I had, I think it was called an IT 400, the blue Yamaha.
Okay.
It's a 400 2-stroke.
I'm not familiar with them, but go ahead. It
would do a wheelie at, I don't know what, it seemed like 100, but it's probably 60 miles an hour.
It's fast in the dirt.
400. I was 15, probably weighed 130 pounds, maybe 120.
Yeah.
On a 400cc 2-stroke.
Jeez.
I don't think Mom and Dad knew what that was for sure, and I'm really lucky they didn't. But Mac would take us riding. That's where I learned my first attempt at dipping snuff and learned that it didn't work well with me.
Yeah.
Workhorse snuff or chewing tobacco.
Was that the brand?
Yeah, Workhorse chewing tobacco. And of course, Mac dipped.
Did you try it with your helmet on by chance?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we took a dip or took a big chew.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good. It kind of had a cool flavor. Take off riding, and then you spit out the side and it's running down your cheek. And within an hour, I was puking.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, that didn't go so well either. Kind of like that mini bike trick.
Yep.
Yeah. That was bad. So anyway, I went from chewing tobacco to not chewing tobacco ever again within the same day.
It's a good start.
So that was a work. That worked. He probably knew that would happen. He was probably helping us.
Yeah.
But me and James both tried that, and we were both sick. But that blue 400 2-stroke Yamaha, that dude would get it.
I bet.
And he took us outside of Lubbock, maybe 100 miles or some pretty cool canyons, and called it the Cap Rock. You're flat and it drops off, and they call that the Cap Rock.
Huh.
In Lubbock. I guess they call it everywhere, maybe, I don't know, but we'd go out there, and then we actually had some ravines and up and downs and some real, that was my first experience with real dirt bike riding.
More out central Texas.
Probably 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
We were maybe 9th grade in high school, whatever, freshman, but that was fun.
So you did a lot of riding dirt bikes.
Oh, yeah, I was hooked, baby. From that mini bike on, I was hooked.
Yeah.
And rode till we got married. Vicky and I got married at 21 years old.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Your wife?
Yes.
Wow.
Had 2 kids by the time I was 24 years old.
Okay.
My own business, 2 kids, moved away from home.
You were a
adventurous
go-getter.
I'm always been an adventure bike guy.
Yeah.
An adventure life guy.
Did you make your way to street bikes?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a season you had for a while?
Yeah, and what turned me off on that, I'm always pushing the limit. Speed is everything.
Yeah. Is it?
And I'm still alive. I don't know how.
Better than air flying.
Oh, yeah.
We're glad you're not doing that one.
Yeah. I learned that the curves and the speed on the street had a different kind of adrenaline than what dirt bike riding did.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, ooh, I could die right here. Ooh, I made it. You know?
Right, yeah.
But
butt puckering.
But Vicky liked to ride behind me, and that worried me so till I sold not long after we got married, I quit riding because she liked to ride with me, and I didn't. And that was fun until I got so scared I'm going to hurt her, you know. And then the kids came along, and I'm like, okay, this is the job we need to finish. Let's finish raising kids.
Yeah.
And then we'll get back on bikes someday.
Yeah.
So I had almost 30 years with no bike.
Really?
21.
That is a huge hiatus.
31, 41, 51, yeah. Last kid graduated, and for some reason, something happened about a motorcycle, and I got to thinking again, hey, kids are gone. What do you think about me getting a bike? Well, I started back with street bikes.
Okay.
Because that's the last thing I was doing.
Yeah.
Had all kind of bikes, had that dang FG, that 1300 FJ Yamaha.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice cruiser. That
was way too fast for me to start back on.
It is a lot of power. Yeah.
Because the G-force just taking off, I would lose my sense of reality. And I'm like, I'm going to kill myself on this thing. It's like a rocket.
It is, yeah.
It's sport. That's a sport touring. It is sport touring bike. And I was like, oh, wow.
They're pretty comfortable, too, for a sport type.
It was a great bike.
Mm-hmm.
It was just too fast for me to start back on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think I went from that to what's that Honda 750 called? That cruiser. Sure enough, cruiser.
The Rebel? I don't think they come in a 750.
No, I can't remember what it was, but...
So you went from the FJ to that?
To a cruiser, I'm thinking, okay, laid back. Well, of course, I pushed its limits right off.
Of course, yeah.
So I went from way too fast to a little too slow.
Yeah.
And it had that speed wobble, too. At about 85, it would start that speed wobble.
Supposed to be doing that.
I'm like, gosh, what's wrong with this bike? You know, I tried different tires. I don't think anything fixed it. I sold it.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the next bike was, but I can't even remember.
I think about people that go on those long hiatus, and 30 years just blows my mind, because usually somebody who enjoys riding like you do, they'll be like, okay, we're having kids. Kids are like 10. And they're like, okay, let's get another bike, you know?
Right.
So it lasts 10, 12 years, but 30 years, it's like you really checked out and said, I've got a job to do here, and I'm serious about it.
Let's finish this job.
Yeah,
right?
That's all right. That's what you said. Let's finish this job.
Well, I'm self-employed, you know, so insurance is just like catastrophic. It's not good insurance by any means.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you know, if anything happened to either one of them or me, what are we going to do? Vicky was stay-at-home mom. I'm the sole breadwinner. And I'm like, I cannot gamble the dangers of just getting hurt. I never thought about getting killed or whatever, but just getting hurt.
Right. Did you have any significant accidents that really kind of turned that on for you?
Not really.
Or did you see some?
Not really.
No? It just, a little intuition. You were like, this is pretty dangerous.
I just had a flashback after...
Okay.
Back up a few bikes.
Okay.
At 18, I bought a 3-cylinder Yamaha 850 Special. It's called a Special. Well, my brother never had a street bike. Well, he went and bought the 1000 Yamaha Special. And in the magazine, on the front page of the magazine, it was called a cruise missile. That's what it was known as.
Yeah, they were talking.
And my brother bought his first street bike, a cruise missile. So mom and dad had moved to the lake, so we're still in Lubbock area.
Okay.
They bought a place on Lake LBJ. It's about 300 miles from us.
Okay.
We get these bikes. We ride around town a little. Joe thinks he's a badass on this thing. We're at the Sonic one time, and this street car come in.
Yeah.
Just loping along. And my brother, cocky, he's 19 probably at the time. You gonna run it? And that guy was probably 50, and he's like, oh, shit, here we go. You know, sure, I'll run you. Well, Joe wanted to run for pink slips or whatever. He's like, no, let's just run for fun. He knew he had a badass car. And my brother thought he had a badass bike.
Yeah.
Well, he did have a badass bike, but he didn't know how to ride it.
Makes a big difference.
We went out on a long country road, lined them up, got going, and that sucker blew my brother plumb away.
Yeah.
Joe hit the gas and spun, slid and spun, and this guy was in a real drag car with, you know, basically street tires on a real drag car. I mean, he was gone. It's probably a 9-second car, you know.
Dang. Yeah.
And Joe knew his bike was rated at 10 or 11 second quarter, whatever. Yeah. But he didn't know how to ride it. You know, he didn't have the right tires. You know, he wasn't set up for this challenge. He put this guy, and the guy's like, I guess I better teach this kid a lesson. He was really, looking back on it, he was really doing us a favor because Joe's like, wow. He didn't do that again.
Huh. That's unfortunate.
But we'd ride to Mom and Dad's. We'd get up in the morning early, and we'd take off, ride to Mom and Dad's, Lake LBJ, go skiing.
Oh, cool.
So we'd ride 6 hours, get there, put our suits on, get the boat in the water, and go water skiing.
Yeah.
Well, we're riding one time.
That's a long ride.
And about 10 o'clock in the morning, then I remember, I don't know if everybody does it, but we just start getting kind of sleepy. You know, down the street, you know, mundane.
Done it more than a couple times.
We came through this town and we pulled over and stopped. He's in front of me, so we stopped.
Okay.
And he goes, I don't remember the last couple of miles. I think I fell asleep.
Oh.
Riding the bike.
Yep.
So we pull over at this little restaurant and we go in and we're both we laid our head downs on the table.
Yeah.
And the waitress come by and says, boys, you can't sleep in here. You can't do that. And the owner goes, hey, Myrtle, whatever her name was, leave them alone. Can't you see they're on motorcycles? They're tired.
Yeah.
So we laid there and slept a little bit. Then we got up, kind of revived, took off.
Yeah.
And we're going along kind of straight. Got a little boring again. And all of a sudden, my brother just racked on the throttle and just, and I didn't even try to follow him. I just kept riding. Minute he's out of sight. Riding along, I just kept riding along, same speed. The minute come around the corner, bike's parked on the side of the road. He's laid up on a nice green, grassy, smooth spot, like he's taking a nap.
Yeah.
I just go right on by him, don't even act like I notice him. In about 3 seconds, he come up beside me. He caught me again. But that bike, that cruise missile, 6th gear, he could just crank on the throttle. I'm beside him on an 850. I downshift to 3rd, and that bike would just pull away from me. It was that quick.
Yeah. For many years, I rode a 2008 Hayabusa, and it was very much like that. It had enough power that I could get a really good pull even in 6th gear compared to most of the other street bikes and cars even. So it wasn't very common that I was having to downshift. It was when I met those drag cars, the real racers, that I was having to downshift. And it's so nice having that power there, but you really got to discipline yourself not to abuse it because it will put you on your butt quick if you're not careful.
I never rode one of those Hayabusas, but I've seen them. Like, wow.
I bought a 2022.
Recently?
I got it. I've got 3 bikes. Yeah, and I've got a white Hayabusa again. And
good Lord.
I love that bike. It's a gem.
My head's swimming just thinking about the what do you call that, G-force?
Yeah, yeah.
Just from taking off.
Well, if you want to ride it sometime,
It's making me dizzy.
you
Quit
know,
doing that.
maybe
Easy,
not.
boy.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, I better not ride that thing.
Uh,
Boy, I can't believe all these stories come flooding back in.
good. That's awesome.
Better hurry along.
I'm glad to hear that your brother actually got a street bike and was riding with you, man.
He did, and it wasn't. I bet he didn't have it 2 years, maybe 3, and was tired of it, done with it. I think his wife liked to ride too, and probably the same thing. I can't remember our conversations, but probably the same thing. It's too dangerous.
Yeah.
All I remember is he moved off to Longview and got a job at the fire department, so I kept it, parked it on my front porch.
Okay.
It had a concrete porch to keep it safe in Lubbock, Texas, and sold it for him.
Okay.
Sold my 850. Then we jumped back to the FJ and then the Honda Cruiser. And
So that's when you went on your hiatus at 21 and
right.
30 years, and you ended up with the Yamaha FJ 1300. Did you you didn't have that bike too long, huh?
I didn't have it long at all, man. I'm like, this thing is going to kill me. I didn't say nothing to her.
Oh,
but I'm like, God.
Hopefully she don't watch this.
It was so quick. If I'd have got used to it a little bit, I probably would still have that bike, because that dude would haul butt, dude. But the thing I remember, it would get so hot.
Yeah.
That power plant right under you, it was just the airflow. I couldn't take it. It was a great winter bike because you had the heater blowing on you.
Yeah, yeah.
But in the summer, it was so hot, I couldn't do it.
A handful of different bikes like that, like the Ducatis. I know they're notorious because the head is like right there under the seat. This is the head of the engine. Here's the seat. And like my Harley, I got a Sportster, but the head is like here, not here.
Yeah.
So you can see it down there, but it's not right under you, cooking you.
Is it a Sportster?
Yeah.
1200.
89 Sportster. It was an 883. I put a 1275 kit in it though. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
You can't leave it alone.
Yeah. I've done some things to that.
Speaking of leaving it alone, that thing is stock, except for I put a different. I took the
DCAT,
deleted the cat, and it had a Akrapovich. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, it's one of the variations of how you say it. Akrapovich.
And when I did that, it was too loud, so I put the stock exhaust muffler back on it.
Okay.
And I love the sound of it now, but otherwise, that dude is stock. That is my favorite bike of all time so far.
Well, we can talk about it a little bit if we have time. I know
I'm only 64, so yeah, that's my favorite so far.
Really?
Yeah, like I might get a few more. I might get a few more. Who knows?
I think about that long-term break, and so I bring it back up because it's something that regularly crosses my mind, and it came to my mind because my dad's a fairly talented individual, smart, dexterity, hand-eye coordination.
You didn't get any of that?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I got plenty of it.
I'm sorry.
But he actually got that Sportster from somebody, and he got on it, and he wrecked it. Literally pulled out in the road and hit a delivery truck like that. So his 2 seconds on the bike, and he was like, it's not for me. But it got me thinking, like, he didn't familiarize himself with the controls. And so there's like these steps that you should really do to reintegrate yourself to a bike. Just because you rode a bike 10, 20, 30 years ago doesn't mean you have the same level of skill today.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, when he was riding back in his younger days, he was also doing a lot of other active things. Hand-eye coordination, developing his body and mind together. And today he doesn't do any of it. So it's no surprise that he struggled with it. But I think about people that want to reintegrate and like different exercises you can do. And I'm kind of down on myself because I have a little thing I put together to improve balance. Now, I've actually got a couple of things to really put your balance to the test and help develop it. But I think it's one of those key elements that a lot of people miss. because it's hard to, when you see the bike, you put your eye on it and you're like, oh yeah, I can ride. You don't think about what else might help me make sure that doesn't end up in a ditch.
Balance. I was going to the gym pretty regular, and I befriended a guy there. It's pretty cool. And I'd come by, and have you seen those like half balls with a flat
Yes,
surface?
that's one of my tools. Yes.
I come by there, and he was on that thing balancing, and in a little bit, I said something about it. He said, I used to skateboard when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I want to get back in it. But he said, I can't ride the damn thing. He started doing that, and within a few months, he come in one day and he said, I'm riding like a teenager.
Yes.
And I'm like,
that is exactly,
I ride, but not a skateboard.
Yes.
I started doing that. And it works, dude. You can tone those core, whatever all those little muscles at core.
It's here.
That keep you balanced.
Too. It's both.
I started doing that. Last October, I went to Burnett to the Tour Texas rally.
Okay.
The first one they ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Expecting 150 people, there's nearly 700 showed up.
Yeah.
On a cool 72,000 acre ranch.
Jeez.
Really cool in Burnett, Texas.
Yeah.
And anyway, I decided to get in the slow race because I've never even placed in a slow race, much less won one. Probably drinking a little, show it off and fall, you know.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, for some reason here I'm focused. And it's, you know, slow race. I think they set it up at 30 foot wide and about 40 foot long. And you've got lanes you got to stay in.
Yeah.
4 or 5 of you pull up together.
Okay.
The guy says go. The last one to the end wins.
Right.
So I'm doing pretty good, and I make it through that first heat, and I won it.
Right on.
Well, there's 40 people in the deal, so the losers just drive off. The winner circles back around and gets back in line.
Right.
So I do another one, and I win it. I'm like, I've got this going on. This balance thing really helps is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Got down to me, and have you heard of Billy DeWitt?
No.
Billy DeWitt is a professional.
Oh, rider. So, what does he do? Do you know? Dirt bikes, race, GP?
No, I'm not. All I know him from is the rallies, adventure bike riding.
Okay.
But he's a professional. He's sponsored.
Okay, cool.
Gets down to me and him, and I'm like, oh, great. This is going to go great, ain't it? Well, when you get down to 2, on this particular ride, it's a rectangle. Well, they pulled the sides in and made it look like a cone and then back out. So, and there's only room for one bike to go through this cone.
Oh, really?
So they called it a gate.
Huh.
So we start out here,
yeah,
you know, neck and neck, and there's a gate there. Somebody's got to go through it first.
Right.
Well, the crowd's making noise, you know, and you're kind of tuning them out. But I heard over the intercom the guy saying, cut him off, cut him off. Well, I'm about one tire width ahead of him.
Okay.
And he's just almost not moving. Well, I'm almost not moving.
Right. That's the idea.
So I kind of just veer over in front of him slightly. And so his option is to completely stop till I get clear and he's going to go behind me.
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't quite wait, and his front tire bumped my rear tire, and he had to put a foot down.
Oh. And you took it.
I won the first ever and the last ever slow race. I've been in 2 since. I didn't even place. But that day I had my focus, man. I had my thing going.
Give me some. That is phenomenal.
And I beat him on that. And he laughed out loud, slapped my hand, said, get your prize, dude. You won that. You deserve that.
Right.
And he was laughing because here's this guy in jeans and knows I'm not, you know, I'm 64.
Right, yeah.
I shouldn't be doing this. All right, maybe I should. But I beat him on that slow race, and that was so cool. That's probably one of the best memories I've got. And I think it was for him, too, because he was so excited that I had that going on enough to beat him on that. Because he could literally just sit still.
Having somebody to step up to your level of play
Push
sometimes is so just rewarding and invigorating. It's like I finally got somebody here that's kind of on my level, and I can really enjoy it here instead of just, you know, being on the top and there's nobody else.
I'd always rather be the lesser guy getting pushed to do better.
Yeah.
That's when I thrive, seems like. And that might have been the whole deal, because I'm like, okay, I might do this. Thinking, ain't no way, but I might. And I focused and beat him on slow race.
So you started, did you do the balance? I think that's called a Bosu ball, is what my wife calls it. I've got one. Did you start using that?
I did it at the gym, but then, hell, this is a whole nother story, but in February 17, I found I had throat cancer. Mm-hmm. I'd been going to the gym for 3 years and was buffing up, and, you know, I was in the best shape of my life. At 56, I guess, maybe.
Okay.
But when the cancer thing came along, had to do chemo, radiation. I mean, I was done for a while. I aged about 10 years in that 2 months of treatment. Anyway, that's another story. But I quit going to the gym right then. But when I got back through this was just last year I won that slow race.
Yeah.
Every time I get up in the morning to put my socks on or my shoes, I do it standing up on one foot and make myself.
Intentionally, right?
Intentionally.
Okay.
Sock on.
Yep.
Stand on this foot. Make myself balance. Put this shoe on. Sock. Do the same with my shoes. I'll pick them up, get hooked on my toe, get it up, and I do it the whole time. I do it balancing.
Nice.
And I practice looking at a dot on the wall or looking at a dot on the ground.
Phenomenal.
And it works, dude. You can train that balance into you.
Yes.
And to this day, I rode up to the Sonic. I got this 400 out the other day. I messed my eye up 2 years ago and I haven't rode that dirt bike in a year.
Okay.
I got it out the other day, meet some guys at Sonic's just 2 miles from here.
Okay.
And have coffee. And so I rode it. Well, I wanted to see if it even run. Well, it did, but it was rough, and I kept blowing it out. And finally got the carburetor cleared, rode it up there and back. It's the only time I've been on it in a year.
Wow.
But I pulled right in there to how them little spaces are, made a tight turn, feet on the pegs, just controlled, and pulled up and stopped and never put my foot down for 2 seconds maybe. You know, it seemed like a long time.
Yeah.
And going, this balance thing works. You can train yourself to that balance.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm constantly doing things like that. What do you do work-wise?
I got a skid steer and do gravel driveways and stone retaining walls.
What I'm really looking for is there something in your daily work that you think might also contribute to your sharpness of skills, your acuity, your balance, your hand-eye coordination?
Other than being able to see grade, I've never thought about that.
Yes.
But yeah, I used to cut in pools, above ground pools, and there's nothing in Middle Tennessee that's level. Yeah. So if you're going to have above ground pool, you got to have somebody come level the soil, take out from over here and move it over here, whatever. I started doing that for a company, and I'd cut a little bit, and then the guy'd say, okay, hold up. And he'd set his transit up and he'd check it. Well, I'd be spot on. And he got to where he'd just say, just finish it and let me know when you're done.
Yeah.
Because I had this sixth sense of telling when I'm level, within reason.
Yeah, yeah.
And I could level a 30-foot pool within an inch with no instruments.
That's amazing.
And I never thought about that till you asked. But seeing that, being able to tell that landscape at a glance. Now, that was before I had my eye surgery. Now I got one good eye and one bad eye, so I can't judge distance. And I can't tell that until I'm feeling it. I have to go more feel now.
Okay. There's also the fact that you're using controls. constantly. So and much like a motorcycle, you're constantly on the controls. It utilizes these parts of your body.
Yeah, my skid steer, the bucket works with the feet. That's kind of the old style, but that's how I learned, so I like it.
Okay.
You know.
I think that plays a role as well because...
Yeah, because you got brakes and clutch and shifter, and you got them all going, and I'm attuned to that.
Right.
So you're probably right. I never thought about that.
That's funny because I never thought about that either. Like working a tractor.
The skid steer actually helps ride motorcycles. What?
Yeah.
Go get you one. They're only 80,000.
But it goes both ways, and that's kind of a part of the reason they say motorcycle riders make better drivers because
that's a whole lot of that's awareness.
It is. You're a lot more aware on a bike.
I hope my wife don't see this, but she can start telling a story and go from 65 to 85 to 65 to 85. One day on a long trip, I waved at this guy going by, and she goes, and we're in Arkansas or wherever.
Yeah.
She says, "You know him?" And I said, "Well, we're getting to know each other. We've passed him 8 times in the last 30 minutes. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
She quit telling stories, started driving at constant speed. We didn't speak till we got home.
Oh, man.
But I hurt her feelings bad on that. But the guy was kind of laughing, and I was too. She's oblivious to it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on. You got to be aware of your surroundings. Yeah. She didn't even know she had passed that car 7 or 8 times in the last 20 miles.
Yeah.
She didn't even recognize it.
Yeah.
She's just driving. Well, she's done it for 60 years. She's still alive. She must not be that big a deal, but I got to think, man. I don't want to know who's behind me, who's in front of me, several cars ahead of me, what they're thinking. I'll go watch that guy. He's fixing to move over, and then he'll move over. How'd you know that? Well, I was reading his body English, basically. Yeah, yeah. He thought about it. I saw his head turn. He's fixing to move over.
Right.
She's like, how do you know that kind of stuff? Well, I think it's motorcycles.
Yeah.
I'm still alive.
Right.
I've been paying attention.
Absolutely.
Better not ride today after saying that. Something bad happened.
No.
I'm on the way.
Let's go back to the bikes. You started riding what, like 6 years, 8, 7 years? How long ago? When you picked bikes back up? You got that FJ13.
15, 14 years ago.
Okay. What led you into this one?
Every bike I rode, and I mentioned it on that Honda, I got it because it was slower paced and better, but immediately I was riding it over its ability. It didn't have 4 or 5 inches of travel. Well, I'd bottom it out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to have something. I like the street, but I got to have something with more suspension. Mm-hmm. After that Honda, when the speed wobble, you get a Harley, they'll ride straight. Well, I got a Road King Custom.
Okay.
And I love that bike, but I was dragging, it had floorboards instead of pegs. I couldn't get out of the parking lot before I was dragging the footboard.
I know what you mean.
And I know
exactly what you mean.
And I loved it. It did what the guy said. It'd run 100 and just, if it had a cruise, you could set it and turn loose.
Yeah.
It was on tracks, on rail.
Yeah.
But it, like I said, didn't have the suspension. It was heavy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, heavy for sure.
And I just slowly progressed. That's a 2010 400. I bought it in 2012. Yeah. Had 10 hours on it. The guy had got it, put all this aftermarket stuff on it, got scared, parked it in the barn. It was in Alabama. I called my buddy, would you go look at that bike? He said, I had to dust it off to even tell what it was. It was literally covered in a layer of dust. You couldn't tell.
Wow.
You couldn't read anything on it.
Huh. You got to love guys like that.
He goes, dude, buy this one. Whatever it takes, get it. This has already got all the stuff you're going to want. The guy's scared of it, priced it right. He said, we'll take it. You know, I didn't even see the bike before I bought it.
Yeah.
But I got back into dirt, and I'm like, 12 inches of suspension. Hell yeah.
Right.
Now we got it. This is what I need. But I wanted to do the adventure bikes too.
Yeah.
So I moved. When I found that 790,
What year is yours?
It's a 19.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you bought it new?
No, a mutual buddy of mine, David Garrett. How you say that? Probably you've seen him at Rib Fest or March Moto Madness, both. I know you've seen him.
I'm trying to remember the name, but anyways, go ahead.
He's from Columbia.
Okay.
I think that's right.
Yeah,
He'll correct me if I'm wrong.
I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember his last name.
Yeah, but he had bought this bike brand new. Well, about every year and a half or 2 years, he upgrades to a different bike. He just loves that idea of trying this, trying that, trying this.
Yeah, I get that.
So I got to be the beneficiary of that. I bought that bike about 6,000-7,000 less than he paid for it. A year old, had 7,000 miles on it.
Oh, that's nothing, man. That's great.
He already had put that case on the back. What's it called? It's for a camera.
Looks like
Pelican.
a Pelican case.
Pelican.
Okay.
Pelican?
Yeah.
Anyway, he had mounted that on it. I remounted it, and I like to where I could take it off quicker.
Okay.
But he had done that, done the crash bars. He done it all. Had that pipe on it that was like $900.
Yeah.
That composite. And I got it from him, and I saw him, and I bought it. So it's a 19. I bought it in 21. So I've had it 4 years.
Yeah.
2 years later, I saw him. I'm still riding it, and he's on his second bike since then, or third bike since then. Now.
Yeah.
In 4 years, he's on his third bike.
I think he's on a T7 right now.
He bought a T7, and I haven't heard how he likes it. He had that 660 Aprilia.
Oh yeah.
You say Aprilia?
I say Aprilia.
I think it's like by the LLA or whatever. Anyway. And he acted like he loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Lighter weight than this one by 40, 50 pounds, which is not a lot, but some. And the suspension was good, stock. He liked that part of it, but next thing I know, he's got a T7, so I'm not sure. He just likes to change and experience.
Yeah.
So, did you call the low?
Well, things happen around me.
Oh, they went on fire, everybody.
They're probably
But
heading
anyway, so I've had that bike. It's now got coming up on 14,000 miles. So I put nearly 7,000, or right at 7,000 on it.
Yeah.
Last time I changed the oil, wasn't a thing in it. No glitter, no nothing.
That's what the cam issue. So
Because the cam lobes wear.
and if you pull the screens,
Pull the screens.
they got little magnets in there. You'll know pretty
And
quick.
I'm like, I think I got one of the good ones.
Good.
I heard that's a drilling issue for the oil that's causing the problem. They come from both sides and they didn't quite meet up, so you're not getting the proper oil on that rocker arm.
That was kind of what KTM had said, but there was research done on their metallurgy, the metal and the finish work done on the cams themselves that showed that they were way below standard. They deteriorated rapidly.
Because you had one. You had an 890.
I have a 790.
It was 790.
I've got a 2020. Yeah, and I had the cam issue, so I did a ton of research into it, and
And you replaced your parts.
I got it fixed. Yeah, and I actually recently changed the oil. Like 2 weeks ago, I changed the oil after having it fixed by KTM, and it's good. It's good.
I had heard the parts were just the same as what you had originally. They didn't upgrade the part.
I don't know
Maybe
if
not.
they did, because it really isn't a change of the part. It's rather a change in the manufacturing side of it, and I don't know that they did or didn't.
So that hardness or whatever it is better. Made it
Might not be.
same part number from what I understood.
But like yours, some of them were okay, and there was a good bit of them that weren't okay.
Probably a manufacturing, this guy manufactured this part is staying.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So,
But boy, I love that bike. Electronic cruise control.
yeah, I ride the hell out of my bike. It's
I wanted to tell you about
great.
my Colorado trip.
Tell me about it.
Only time I've ever been. So there's 6 guys here. Troy Jackson was the ringleader. He said, we're going to go to Colorado. You want to go? Got room for a bike. We took a 20-foot open trailer put our chocks on it, figured it all out, chalked it all right where we could get 6 bikes on it.
Cool.
He's got an expedition. All of us get in this expedition, haul ass to Colorado Springs. He's made arrangements to park the truck and trailer at the airport, Colorado Springs, because they've got a big area. It's locked in. It's safe. We did that. We unloaded bikes, rode 1,200 miles for the next 6 days through Colorado, ending up back at the trailer. It was the most fun I've ever had on a bike, I think, with a group of guys. All the guys were cool. We had some rain. We had some great weather, great eating. It was just the whole experience. All those passes in Colorado was just amazing. Now, and one of them we got out on, I forget which one it was, for 12,000, 14,000 feet. And there's a little walk up, maybe not 30 steps to a lookout. Let's go look out. I started up that and didn't make 2 or 3 steps. And I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'll be all right. I'll just look from here. I could tell I was out of air. At that elevation, I couldn't breathe. And I'm like, okay, wait right here.
Could you tell a difference in the way the bikes perform? Did y'all talk about that? No?
Not with the fuel injected. I didn't notice it. It was such a subtle deal from 8,000 to 14 over 2 or 3 days. It was not obvious.
I see.
To me.
I see. Yeah. Also, you're not.
Well, one of the guys had a 650 Suzuki, the DR650.
Yeah.
And it was giving us a problem because it was old. The carburetor stuff.
Okay.
So he had some issues with it. It just barely go part of the time. But he got through it. I mean, we did the job.
I was in Dallas for a big motorcycle event, and a bunch of guys had come from Wisconsin, and they were just raving and ecstatic because they had never come that far south, and they were like, our bikes are so much more powerful down here because the air is denser.
Right.
And those, they were fuel injected, but they were small bikes, so they were noticing it.
Right.
Well, more.
That's CC.
Yeah.
Smaller the engine, the more the drastic change.
Yeah. Well, they utilize a lot more of their power. With a bike like this, you're not really squeezing every bit out of it, so you don't notice it so much. But so that was just one of those things with elevations. So it got you. You were winded from it. You're like, nope.
Yeah, I'm done with that. And I was fine. I took dehydration packs with me because they said that'll be big for keeping headaches down and stuff.
Yeah.
I did 2 or 3 every day with my water. Never had an issue. That was the most pleasant trip. We get back, load all the bikes, drove straight through home because we had 6 drivers.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a 22 or 4-hour trip from here to Colorado Springs, doing it straight through. So it was a blast.
How many days were you out there?
6
6
rode
days.
6 days.
Okay. 6 days straight ride. Y'all camp out, or did y'all have hotels set up?
Camp, we did. The most fun spot in Colorado for me, in my limited experience, was a real cool little town.
Okay.
3 or 4 streets, 1 or 2 is paved, the others are just gravel. But 5-star restaurants. You could walk from where we camped into town, and bars, and it's the coolest place.
That's cool.
Just north of Durango, 5 miles or 3 miles or whatever it is up there.
Okay.
Wherever that is. It was great.
Okay.
You got to try it. So we stayed 3 nights there and rode in and out and stayed at the same cabin.
Okay.
Yeah. But so we did camp. We had our camps, our tents. So we did camp 3 or 4 nights, stayed in the cabin 3 or 4 nights.
Okay. Kind of split it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was absolute blast.
What was it about Colorado that really captivated you?
Cool, crisp air, scenery.
Yeah. The scenery.
The combination of street, over the gravel, on through the passes.
Yeah.
I mean, we did some gnarly stuff. And then some road. I mean, it was the combination was just, if you like to do both, it was a great ride.
Yeah. Now, I really enjoyed doing both.
Yeah.
What tires were you riding on?
I had that Motaz or Moto Z, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Motaz, easier.
Yeah.
Tractionators. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the second gen tractionator, I call it, I don't know what you would call it, but it's a little wider space. The center blocks are staggered slightly and a little more gap between the blocks.
Okay.
Quite a bit better traction on the dirt. I didn't notice compromising anything on the street.
Okay.
And front tire is also a tractionator. I can't remember which one, but it's pretty much full on knobby as far as DOT approved.
Yeah, it looks like it's double
But if you get hard, if you're one of those that likes to get hard on the front brake in the street, it'll cup real quick.
Okay.
But the traction for what you get on the dirt, and I don't notice a problem. I've run the tail of the Dragon with those tires on it and never thought twice about it. Now, I'm not a road racer.
Yeah.
But I was pushing the limits pretty good.
Yeah, I'm always surprised when I ride with fast guys that hop on the street with their knobbies and are pushing the limits. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that on those tires, but they're doing it and they do it fine. I mean, I hadn't seen any.
Yeah, there is a limit. If you're a real road racer like you wouldn't want to do that. But, you know, the sticky street
I ride
tires are
different
different.
on each bike.
Right,
I know they're different and I ride them differently.
right. That's
Yeah, you gotta.
what saved you so far.
You're right.
Yeah, because you can't act like you got Michelin tires, you know, whatever, and
Right.
lay it down, way down. But I mean, I ain't dragged the pegs on it, but I mean, I'd get close.
It's so cool. My Hayabusa has a gauge and it tells you your lean angles, how far over you got.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool. You can just reset it on the fly, so it really just shows you your max. So obviously you don't want to be looking down in a curve, so it just reads your max and stays there. So as you come back up, it shows you your max. You can just reset it.
How cool.
Yeah,
We should all have one of those.
it's I think coming on more bikes, more newer bikes with all the tech in them. But yeah,
We just compare our chicken strips.
right.
That's our
That's
lead
what
angle.
we've always done that, right?
I've had some where you could just barely see that I wasn't using every bit of that knobby.
Yeah.
Almost past the point.
Yeah.
So I think I figured out how far to push.
Good. Yeah. But use it all. Use
Yeah,
it all.
blast. I'm looking forward to the next ride already.
What's the next ride?
Where is the next ride? We're in July, August, September is Wayne and Wayne. Second week of September is Wayne and Wayne in
Yeah.
Ohio.
Sturgis is in like a week and a half.
I have
Yeah,
never
I know.
been to that one.
No, okay. I came across it.
I don't know why it doesn't seem appealing to me, but it's not an adventure type bike.
It's not. It's not. But there's some really good roads out there.
Will you take the Hayabusa to that one?
I'm thinking that's what I would. One for reliability because it's 2 days of riding to get out there, and I actually have a friend that's kind of in between, so it'd be perfect to stay with him. But two, it's actually more comfortable than my Sportster and my KTM. My KTM's like the least comfortable, so
Yeah.
I'd probably take the Hayabusa. Yeah.
Yeah. So Chad Warner's ride, the Wayne and Wayne's coming up.
Yeah.
October is that Tour Texas ride in Burlington.
Okay.
I'm waiting to see. I think they're going to want me to MC those
Okay.
games
Yeah.
because I got to go last year. They gave me a cabin and just to introduce myself.
Yeah.
Because I told them about MCing March Moto and Rib Fest.
Yeah.
And well, come on up here. Hell yeah, that might work out great. So I met the guy that was doing it there, Jim from Motul. They say it? Motul?
That's the oil company.
Yeah.
Okay.
MOTOL?
Yeah.
Yeah. Motul. He and I talked some at March Moto Madness this year because I was emceeing those games.
Yeah.
The hill climb and the trials course. Got a gift of gab. I've been singing all my life and I just love that. You know.
Well,
Full of, did you say gift of gab or full of shit? I don't know which one's more accurate.
you're right.
Pretty sure the latter. But
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Oh.
funny. So I hope to do that in Burnet this year too.
That'd be cool.
September and October. Rib Fest will be the third week in October if we do that this year. I hope we are. It's still in discussion.
So, does your wife go with you to any of the events?
She says, pats me on the ass, says have a great time.
Yeah.
To me, a motorcycle is a single sport. I mean, a single person.
You had mentioned she got into riding years ago. I didn't imagine, I mean, given what I know, that she does now.
Yeah.
But I was curious how.
She never wanted to ride on her own. She wanted to ride with me. Well, that limits me.
Yeah.
She didn't ride her own bike.
Okay.
If she'd ride her own bike, but like I said, on the interstate, she can't pay attention to telling
At
stories.
least rallies.
I wouldn't dare let her ride a motorcycle.
Right, yeah. Not given what you told me.
She just don't pay attention enough for that. And she didn't grow up having to learn that.
Yeah.
Not her fault. It's just different.
Yeah.
But you need to have that sixth sense about what's going on around you.
And it grows.
Even then, it's dangerous as hell. You never know.
It is, yeah. Yeah, you still don't know what might happen. But also, when you get on the bike, you know that this isn't a joke, and you start to pay attention more. So
Oh yeah.
just because you don't do well in the car doesn't mean you can't do well on the bike. I'd say get some good training first, and if it's still not for you, fine. But if you learn how to ride a bike, it'll make you a lot better.
And then every time you get on it, you say something like this: "Lord, hang on, ride with me, keep me alert, keep those around me alert."
Yep.
In Jesus' name.
Yes, sir.
And I do more praying and talking to the Lord riding bikes than I do the house or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, I know my camera's died on us, and that kind of sucks, but I got the vast majority of the interview covered,
It'll work.
and it'll definitely work. And I really appreciate your time.
Oh man,
And thank you. Thanks for hosting.
thank you.
Thanks for
Great.
letting me come out to your place and show me
Great
around.
time talking about all the memories. It just floods back in. You think, what am I going to talk about? And all of a sudden, they're all there.
Yeah, yeah, I love it
It's been a
too.
blast.
I love it too. I love that I
Yeah.
could bring that back for you. You know.
Oh
Kinda
yeah, me
pull
too.
that up, you know?
Me too.
Well, hey guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all. Live free, ride hard, and I'll see y'all on the next one.
God bless.
God bless.